Hi, I'm Dr. Todd Lee, 2012 IFBB North American Lightweight Bodybuilding Champion. I'm here with Mind and Muscle to discuss the side effects of prohormones. But in order to do that, I have to go over basic hormone physiology and give you a basic rundown on what the differences between prohormones and anabolic steroids are, so you have an idea of what I'm talking about. So, all performance enhancing hormones, whether they're prohormones or anabolic steroids, are based on the testosterone hormone. So I'm going to have to discuss with you the testosterone, its side effects and benefits, and then basically the purpose of an anabolic steroid is that it takes away the side effects and adds to the benefits. Prohormones are a legal way of taking something into your body that's legal that converts into either basic testosterone or one of the anabolic steroids that were made from testosterone 56 years ago. So first I'm going to discuss, there's testosterone. Testosterone by itself as a hormone doesn't do a whole lot other than increase sex drive and builds muscle. So those are the beneficial effects. It doesn't have any of its own side effects per se. Most of the side effects come from its metabolites, estrogen or DHT. Estrogen is the female version. DHT is the ultra male version. So we've got wet and dry. It's called that because on the wet side, one of the main side effects of estrogen is it causes you to store fat in water. And the dry side, well, the reason why it's called that is because DHT inhibits aromatase and stops testosterone from converting to estrogen. I'm getting a little ahead of myself. So let's go with the wet side first. Testosterone, through the aromatase enzyme, converts into estrogen. Estrogen builds muscle in and of itself because the E alpha and E beta receptors do exist on muscle cells and do have an anabolic effect. Anabolic means muscle building. Builds fat because it binds to the fat cells. Stores water because it binds to the adrenals and the kidney, livers, all that stuff. Causes breast development, which is called gynecomastia. It causes compassion, affection, increases blood pressure, and decreases blood pressure. The increase in blood pressure comes from the fact that you're storing water, so it's going to increase the amount of volume inside your vessels. The decrease in blood pressure is because it loosens, it binds to the nervous system and acts as a relaxant. So on smooth muscle, it relaxes the smooth muscle that surrounds the vessels so that you get a decrease in blood pressure. It increases HDL because it binds to the liver and upregulates HDL production. HDL is the good cholesterol that clears out LDL, the bad cholesterol. Now on the male side, the dry side, 5-alpha reductase converts testosterone into dihydrotestosterone. DHT binds to this nervous system, does the opposite thing of what estrogen does. Instead of weakens it, it strengthens it. So it increases strength, it increases aggression. It binds to fat cells and burns fat. It binds to the scalp and makes hair fall out. Binds to the sebaceous glands in the skin and causes acne. Binds to the prostate and the penis and increases sexual function. Binds to the liver and decreases HDL production, which incidentally increases LDL, which means it's bad for the heart, cardiovascular system. It increases blood pressure because, as we said, it's a central nervous system stimulant. So when it binds to the nerves, it increases the constriction of the cardiac arteries and thus increases your blood pressure. It does not by itself build muscle because when it gets into the muscle cell, it gets broken down. So that's how testosterone works. So basic prohormone for testosterone is 4-AD or 4-androstenedione, also known as 4-DHEA. It is the simplest, clearest way to convert to testosterone, which is the parent hormone of all the anabolic steroids, and is a target hormone of most prohormones. 5-AD, or the DHEA you get at the grocery store or prescribed from a physician, that can convert equally to estrogen and testosterone. So you get a lot wetter effect, a lot dirtier gains. So a lot of fat and a lot of water. So if you put on 20 pounds, you're not looking at a lot of muscle. Now, to avoid getting any of the conversion into estrogen or DHT, the best route to go is 1-AD or 1-DHEA because it converts into one test. One test is pretty much as close to purely anabolic as you can get and is devoid of side effects as you can get. It doesn't convert to DHT and doesn't convert to estrogen. Epiandro is a prohormone that converts into DHT directly. Now, it's pretty dry in and of itself because it can't convert to estrogen at all, but because DHT inhibits aromatase activity, Epiandro ends up drying out a cycle. So if you were using one test, 4-AD and 5-AD, and added Epiandro, it would dry out these two so that you basically have 3 times the 1-AD function to some degree. And then it itself acts as DHT. Now we talked about side effects. Well, not all side effects to one person is a side effects to another person. Some people might be looking for strength and aggression because they're on a low-carb diet and they want to be angry when in the gym when they're lifting. So what could be aggression as a side effect to one person could actually be the effect they're going for in another. So it's important to understand the chart and understand that you can't really get the strength without the aggression. You can't get the burning fat effect without the hair loss effect, without using other compounds to mitigate some of these side effects. Likewise, with estrogen, well, you really don't want any of these things. So I would probably try to block estrogen production as much as possible. That's why there's so many anti-estrogen compounds on the market, but so few 5-alpha reductase inhibitors on the market. Aromax will block the aromatase enzyme and stop testosterone converting to estrogen. Any type of hard nurse or DHT is going to stop aromatase activity. Formex-T is going to stop aromatase activity, and also it has estrogen receptor modulators, which bind to the estrogen receptor and inhibit its function as well. So almost all of the unwanted side effects come from estrogen conversion, and some of the beneficial effects and some of the negative side effects come from DHT conversion. So to summarize all this, if you want to get purely muscle building effect without any side effects whatsoever, the best way to go is 1-AD or 1-DHEA or 1-androstenol. This is Dr. Todd Lee with mindandmuscle.com. Thank you very much.